Hello everybody, I'm Alex, I'm the face behind the disembodied voice that you've been hearing throughout my videos, and today I just wanted to give you a little bit of an overview about myself and about my fly tying and the setup that I work with. Thanks for all the support from the videos so far. It's been a great reaction to a fairly new channel and a fairly new hobby for myself in terms of posting the videos. I've been fishing for most of my life. I started with my grandfather in the Netherlands when I was very young, and then started fly fishing more seriously as a teenager. I started tying at about the same time, about 14-15 years old, initially to supply myself with some cheaper flies. As a schoolboy it was rather an expensive hobby, especially when I kept losing them in trees, but as you'll see, in the long run it hasn't saved me a single penny, but it's turned into a lovely hobby in its own right. My day job is as a doctor. I'm a GP trainee in the Midlands, and I found that especially this year, with all the problems we've been having with COVID and with lockdowns and with not being able to get out fishing to relax, it's been a really good outlet for me, and I'm hoping to be able to share a little bit of that with you through my videos. So in a minute I'm going to run you through the tools and the equipment that I use and the little room I've converted in my house. I film most of these on a iPhone 11 with a little shotgun mic there, and you'll see my lighting setup and everything in a minute. Obviously, everything is still a work in progress at the moment. I'm very new to filming myself tying, and there's things that I'm working on improving. If you do have any suggestions, let me know. I'm open to change and I'm open to suggestions as to how I can improve my videos and make them more enjoyable. Thanks for all the support so far, and let's crack on. So, welcome to the tying room. I've only recently moved in here, after we shared joint custody over the office for quite some time, but it's a converted box room and I fitted it out to be a little bit more of a permanent home than I've been used to with how I've been working previously. So most of this stuff comes from IKEA. I think I bought one of the last desks in the county when everything went on lockdown, but it's a really good sturdy base to be working on. That's my main vise there, it's a Stonfo Elite. And I've got most of my materials in a combination of boxes and shelves and some little drawers. On this little chest of drawers over here I've got most of my hooks and UV resins, spare tools and just some of the random essentials, and the obligatory tiny cup of coffee. Over here in various boxes I've got my CDC, got my synthetics, tray of spare spools, some dubbing boxes, wires and tinsels up here. Have my laptop, I do like to listen to a bit of music. Little bookshelf on top with my collection of tying books. And down here I've got hairs and furs, random feathers, and my dubbing packets. This here I've got some of my other feathers, so turkey, got a partridge cape, got a snipe cape and jay wings, a water hen, some jungle cock, grouse, all the things that don't really fit into any boxes. This is the main vise that I tie on. It's a Stonfo Elite. It's not the one with the adjustable heads, but the general purpose sized heads. It's a full rotary vise, loads of adjustment, it's a clamp style, handy materials clip, and I fitted it out with an extra toolbar, a little hackle gauge. It's got a really nice heavy base. I prefer tying with a pedestal vise just because I tend to move around quite a lot and I don't have anywhere convenient to put it on a desk. My secondary vise that I use for larger hooks and when I'm travelling is this. It's a Cottarelli travel vise. Funny looking beast, but it folds down to almost nothingness. And slightly different style jaws, spin to loosen, spin to tighten. It's got a clutch, again full rotary, loads of adjustability. You can move the clamps up and down. Little rod so that you know where you're in line as you're tying. And I've got this extra little handle here because I do tend to use the rotary quite a lot. I've had a few people ask about the scissors that I use. These are all from Mark Petitjean, but they're actually made by a company called Renomed. And if you buy direct from Poland, they can actually be quite a lot cheaper. Got a lovely long straight one here. These are absolutely fantastic scissors. They're quite pricey, but they do work absolutely beautifully. Small curved, and a general purpose pair of straight scissors. I don't often use Hackle pliers when I'm tying, but when I do, this is my favourite pair. It's also by Cottarelli, the same company that made my second vise. Lovely machined one. You can adjust it down to adjust the tension, this little knurled knob, all the way from being really tight. I tend to have it somewhere in the middle. And it's very easy to tie around, stops the feather from twisting. It's a great pair, lovely bit of Italian engineering. The main bobbins I use are from Stonfo. These are the adjustable disc drag bobbins. You can change the tension to suit how you're tying. I've got two of them. It's easier when I'm tying flies with multiple feathers, multiple colours of thread. I've kept a couple of these older ones as well. They're useful for when I'm tying with GSP or anything more abrasive, because I've got these little ceramic inserts in the tip. That is my one criticism of the Stonfo bobbins, is that they don't have that ceramic tube, but I've got no doubt that they'll last very well anyway. Another tool I've got from Mark Petitjean is the whip finisher. This is by far and away the best that I've ever used. It's very simple, but works beautifully. The body of the finisher spins freely through the handle like so, and I really like having the spring-loaded clip. It means you can get right in underneath tiny little flies and make tiny little neat whip finishes. Other tools I use regularly, I've only got one hair stacker. I don't use deer hair all that often, so this one's fine for most of my purposes. Obviously a little bobbin threader, so just a cheapo one. Dubbing needles, I've got two, a nice sharp one that I use for actually dubbing and a slightly blunter one that I use mostly for varnishes. This is a neat little thing for when I am working with deer hair. This is also made by Stonfo. Incredibly simple, tiny little moustache comb at one side and a little bit of Velcro at the other, but it works fantastically for clearing out fuzz from deer hair and for teasing out bodies on flies. Again from Stonfo, this is a little razor blade holder. You can adjust it down so you can flatten out the razor blade or tighten it all the way up, and this makes it very easy to trim deer hair heads. So a little overview of some of my hackle collection. These are my soft hackles. I mostly get whiting. They are the nicest ones that I've found, both the wet fly and dry fly capes and saddles. It's a premium feather, you pay slightly more premium prices for them, but I think it makes a huge difference in your tying and the success. I've got a little collection, different colours of wet fly hackle, some Brahma hen, some chickaboo. I do like to experiment a little bit with the hackles, sometimes just changing up the colour or the pattern can make a real difference. I don't do much by way of salmon fly tying, but I've got some dyed Indian cock capes when I do. Nice glossy hackles, different colours that you can get from your normal ranges. Now this I absolutely love. I enjoy using Coq de Leon for tailing. This is a lifetime's worth of material from whiting. It's an Americanised Coq de Leon variant, but it's still got that lovely gloss and speckle to it. On to my dry fly feathers now. I've got a mixture of capes and saddles, some grizzly variants, some golden badger, some light medium ginger. Capes are great, they give you a variety of feather sizes, so for colours that I use less often, it gives a real variety in the sizes of feathers and the flies that I can tie. I have also got some saddles. These are obviously more uniform. It's a limited range of sizes that you get from each bird, but they are very, very long, lovely feathers, nice supple stems, dense barbs. This is my crown jewel. It's a gold grade midge saddle in grizzly variant, and I've got some green, some furnace coming up, and these are just absolutely fantastic. Whiting Farm's best of the best, I think. Just an aside as to how I store my hackle, obviously I keep them in the original bags on the cardboard backing, and I have them in a drawer on their sides. This way they don't get squashed together and it helps keep those barbs nice and bouncy. Keeps everything visible and on display as well for when I want to use them. So, thanks for watching, and I hope that you've been enjoying the videos so far. I do intend to keep up a semi-regular upload schedule. I'm on annual leave at the moment, hence why there's so many videos coming out. I'll be back to work fairly soon, but I do tie most evenings, so expect to see something popping up every so often. And thank you for all the support I've had, especially from the fly tying subreddit. Good to know that everybody's enjoying the videos. And I hope that you've learned something, or that you're perhaps inspired to start doing some tying of your own, or take the hobby back up again. And I look forward to seeing and hearing from everybody in the future. If there's anything you'd like to see or that you'd like me to change up, do let me know. I'm open to suggestions. And I say again, thank you for the support, and I look forward to seeing you all soon.